What's up, guys? We's back after spring break. Welcome back to another episode of Strops Klat, the podcast where we talk things all Cleveland sports and more. And today we got some free agency trackers. I'm Brian.
Timmy.
Let's get into it. So, free agency's been out for God knows how long since the end of the Super Bowl. And there have been many notes, but we're going to talk about the Browns free agency first. And right now, Nick Chubb is currently still out on the market, and there is a rumor of him going to Denver. I don't get it. Why?
I think that Myles Garrett signing his contract extension was a key part of that, was bringing back Nick Chubb. I'm still holding on to the faith that the Browns are letting the free agency market get tested by Nick Chubb. We will match whatever he gets.
Probably, because he takes pay cuts here, and he probably just wants a small pay, so he just wants to see what he would be worth offered-wise. But that's another thing. I don't remember if we talked Miles' contract in our last one. So
Got the tackle from the Redskins, got a defensive tackle. Like, we bolstered up our line quite a bit.
Our D lineman you're talking about.
Yep. We got an offensive lineman to tackle from the Redskins.
Commanders, but yeah, same thing.
Thank you.
And Devin Bush came back. So good for him. I believe it's 2 years, correct?
Yes, I believe so.
Let me double check that real quick. I'm still on the Bills. It's in the there we go. AFC North. Blah blah blah. Baltimore. Kenny Pickett for DTR, and what was it, a fifth? Wait,
My goodness, I'm still in spring break mode over here, Brian. We had a break before break, and then we had spring break, and now we are back. This would be 3 weeks later now, since our last episode.
Since your last, I did one when you were having.
Yes, true.
But yeah, now that you back, yeah, it's been a while since the two of us have had one together, and yeah, Kenny Pickett for DTR. What and a fifth? We have a lot of fifths.
I'm still going with the Browns. They're gonna draft Shadur.
Probably.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Rumors and leaks. Obviously, it happened. The Browns talked to Russell frickin' Wilson.
Yeah, we're just stealing all the old Steelers quarterbacks.
Yeah, and Pittsburgh still doesn't have one. I don't even think Aaron Rodgers wants to sign there.
Pittsburgh just took Juan Thornhill. Did you see that?
Oh, no.
Yep. Juan Thornhill signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Ugh, gag. But to be fair, we let Juan Thornhill go.
Yeah, I mean,
he was just standing around, and Delpit is the best safety we have so far. I'm pretty sure we'll get more. Dude, obviously, Browns are making big moves. We're still projected to get either Carter, Hunter, Ward, or Sanders at 2. Those were all the mock drafts. All 4 of those are still a possibility.
Yep.
And round 2 is fluctuating. There have been, in the recent .2, oh my god, I can't words, 2.0 and a 3.0, because the latest 3.0s are dropping. We are either, they say either depending on if we get Hunter or Carter or a QB in the first round. Second round points to either Will Howard if we get Carter or Hunter, or possibly getting Jenkins from OSU as well if we get Sanders or Ward. Depending on if we get a QB in the first round, we'll decide if we get a running back in the second round. And that's another thing I want to bring up. Yeah, we don't have, I forget who our third one was. We still have, well, assuming Chubb comes back, and you still got Jerome Ford. If you pick up a running back, one of them is going to be let go, either Chubb or Ford, because otherwise that rookie's never going to get a touch. And you still got Pierre Strong, who's working, I forget what it is, kickoffs. He's a kick return. I forget his punt return too. I know Ford's one of them, and the other is Pierre Strong. But you bring him back for special teams, and you bring in another running back. I mean, yeah, I know Chubb's coming back off another injury again, so Chubb might become. He'll still probably be starter, but he'll play more limited than normal limited what he's used to,
Yeah.
And then, what else we got right here?
Who do you want the Browns to take with their first pick?
Second. Titans.
Their first pick, second overall. Sorry. Their first round pick.
They're still saying that Ward's going to go to...
Who do you want them to take? Not what everyone else is saying. I want them to take Shadur Sanders. I'm all in on the quarterback. I think he's going to be Johnny Manziel 2.0 that works out in the best way.
Hunter.
Okay.
That way, in the event we do get him, because that's another rumor that's going on, we trade our 34th overall pick to either Buffalo.
To go up or down?
Up in the first round. To either Buffalo or Washington.
Okay.
Along with 2.
So we get Hunter and Sanders?
That's the rumor.
That'd be crazy. That would be insane. I guess that's the only way I could get on the Travis Hunter train because let me tell you the reason I want Sanders. I don't want to have to rely this season on Kenny Pickett.
Nobody does. And
flat out.
You can only have 3, which is the sad part. Watson can't play, so he's automatically out, so we are technically allowed to get 2 QBs.
I'm going to lie to you, though. DTR was not it.
No. And
so I'm okay with that move.
Send him to Philly. That's fine. He can back up Jalen Hurts just as much as Kenny Pickett did. And that's another thing I'm shocked about. The whole state of Pennsylvania, obviously for us Ohioans, we're happy because we did not care at all. When Kenny Pickett got drafted by Pittsburgh, he just never won nothing. Maybe a few games here and there, and then gets destroyed by... Who'd they play in the first round last year? Buffalo?
I couldn't tell you.
Not this past season, this in 23.
But ain't the Browns, it don't matter.
Yeah. He got destroyed, and then Mason Rudolph took over. Kenny Pickett got traded. Kenny Pickett was a second rounder, if I'm not mistaken, when he was drafted. He got traded for a 6th to Philly to back up Jalen Hurts. Same state, played limited minutes, played good after Jalen Hurts got concussed, obviously. Maybe lost 2 games. Obviously, his pick ratio versus touchdown ratio is higher. But bro won a ring. One thing Pittsburgh can never do. He destroyed in Pittsburgh, goes to Philly, backs up Jalen Hurts, wins a ring, comes here.
I mean, the Browns traded Dorian Thompson-Robinson for a Super Bowl winning quarterback.
I mean, it was the ticket out. They didn't want to say it to the media. It was the ticket out for DTR.
That's a great one in my book.
People are not speculative about it, but I mean, we had so many 5th round picks. And the fact that we gave up one that's not ours, I believe we gave up Minnesota's for, when we got Za'Darius. They gave us a 5th for it. And I think we gave them their pick, which they landed bottom 2, so it's still a high pick. And if I'm not mistaken, my opinion, it was a damn good trade. But Malik Collins from the frickin' 49ers. How about the 49ers selling all their players this year?
It's crazy.
And they were in the Super Bowl 2 years ago.
It feels like one of the more wild free agencies we've had in the last few years.
Well, last year, they said it's the off season from hell. I'm putting air quotes because you guys can't see it.
In case, Brian?
Well,
it's a podcast. They can't see it.
You know what I mean. It came out weird. Anyway, last year, I forget who they got. It was a wide receiver in the draft, and they got injured. And then you had the Brandon Ayuk situation go down last season. Now Purdy's up for a new contract, and they're doing a buyout. I expected this from Miami. And honestly, Tyreek Hill's trade request is understandable. The fact that Miami's where they are.
Have they done anything with that?
No. And they're still $19 million over the cap. Everybody else is at least $500 or less because of the cap increase. And congrats to Andrew Berry, because literally I thought we would be under the cap for sure this offseason and everybody would have to be let go. I really did. Then the cap increase and all the restructures, and then Watson getting a restructure because Bro's not playing this year, so the insurance will bounce that back, and then you push his bill down one more year. I'll tell you right now, as much as Watson's not the answer, they can't just let him go because of cap hit. But if he gets injured with an ACL tear one more time, his football career is over there, and the NFL will just let him go, and we get the rest of the contract.
I mean, it's already not looking good. But, I mean...
He's not officially let go by the NFL. He can still technically play.
That. I see what you're saying.
And if he has one more ACL tear, they think that... It'd be like Nick Chubb tearing his knee one more time for his ACL or MCL. It doesn't matter which knee. You tear it one more time, your career's over. And Watson's much older than pretty much almost everybody on the team. There's another rumor going around right now. The New York Giants Aaron Rodgers, Joe Flacco, and Russell Wilson, all competing for the starting spot of the Giants. And honestly, I can see what they're. It started with us. All the QBs started with us. Watson's overpaid contract. When Flacco came in, he led all of the rookies to trying to show him what he can do, try to teach him. Now every team's trying to copy that because they see improvement, and that's what happened last season with Jacoby training Drake May, and now look at Drake May. I don't think he got the weapons yet, obviously, but and I think Taki's still out there. He was.
Where do you go to college?
I forget.
BYU.
Of course it's BYU. Freaking Puka Nacua things over here.
That's crazy.
And that's another thing.
That's a crazy correlation there.
Speaking of Puka Nacua, guys, Cooper Kupp traded to the Seattle Seahawks, a division rival who also let go of everybody. Pete Carroll went to the Raiders. Chip Kelly became his offensive coordinator. They traded for Geno, and the Seahawks got Sam Darnold. They let go of DK, and DK Metcalf found a new home in Pittsburgh. Blah. And just in general, you would think that Seattle's rebuild ever since letting go of Pete Carroll started. I mean, you know for a fact it's not McDonald that let Geno go. Pete Carroll wanted him. But with Geno going there, that puts the Raiders.
I think they signed Cooper Kupp. I don't think it was a trade. I think the Rams released him.
Oh, that's right, because they couldn't find a partner because nobody wanted to give him trade capital. You're right, it wasn't re-signed.
And then they got him for 3 years, $45 million.
The fact that it's still a division rival is bad enough.
I mean, it's crazy, though. Seattle lost DK.
To Pittsburgh.
Crazy.
And then they let go of Tyler Lockett. You got JSN still.
Is Geno Smith still their quarterback?
No, he got traded to the Raiders. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, so who's going to be there?
Sam Darnold is their QB this season.
I'm speechless.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I do remember seeing that, and I said Sam Darnold's going to regress to the mean. He's going to play average, just like he did in the playoffs.
And
that's crazy.
Even if he does, that helps put.
I'm going to say it right now on Strops Klat. Even if he does, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, even if he does, that puts Seattle's draft pick down because they actually have their 26th first round pick, which, if I'm not mistaken, next year is supposed to be the big QB year again.
Crazy.
I don't know if McCord's going this year or next year. Either way, their next year is supposed to be the predicted big QBs.
This year is a down year for the offensive and defensive line. That's why a lot of teams are making moves on players you haven't really heard of.
And then you got the running backs for this year's draft, which are going crazy. Henderson and Jenkins. Everyone's saying don't get a bunch of Ohio State players. But, I mean, I can and I can't say that's a good thing because Andrew Berry's known for doing this type of thing. At the same time, we're also champions. So, I mean, good for the guys. But if we do end up getting Hunter or Carter in the first round and then getting Will Howard in the second, that could also mean the third round could be like Junkins or Tate or Henderson or doubt he'll be on there, but Jack Sawyer. There are a lot of Ohio State players that I liked in the final cup games, bowl games. Sorry, I had the wrong thing, and they played very well. I mean, Jack Sawyer, I remember perfectly against the Texas Longhorns. He got a scoop and score in the last 2 minutes to save the game for the Buckeyes. And the fact that he's not predicted to go in the first round is shocking.
I'm predicting, this is a Kent State football prediction, we just had our pro day.
Yeah.
That of all the players, I don't think anyone's getting drafted. And it's a bold, crazy statement. I don't think anyone's getting drafted. I think Luke Florea is going to get signed by a team as an undrafted free agent.
That makes sense.
And I think he is going to Seattle while we're talking about it.
Yeah, that's actually that'd be great because I forget, was Roethlisberger drafted or an unsigned free agency? Because he came out of Miami of Ohio.
I do not know.
And Burrow ended up winning a Super Bowl. for those of you who probably don't know, and it's surprising if you don't, Kent State football is not the greatest. We have better basketball. And the fact that Kent State players are still trying to do a pro day just to try to have a shot, I'm happy for them. Because everyone's trying to prove to be the next Roethlisberger out of a lower college to do better in the pros.
Yep.
Happy for them. Oh, God. Still, I'm shocked that the 49ers are doing what they're doing. And then, on top of that, the Cardinals are rising. The NFC West is going to be a battle now because you got Seattle getting rid of Geno and their wide receivers. You got Arizona doing a rebuild with Maserati. You got a Cooper Cup-less Rams, and then the Niners are just getting rid of everybody.
It's going to be wild.
And we got to play the 49ers this year because they landed in the last two. And this is probably the one time the Browns land in the fourth spot of the division, and it sucks. We got the Packers, the Lions, the whole NFC North, the AFC East, and we're playing the Jets overseas. So, yay, we get to play Justin Fields again. And then I know we're going to Foxborough unless somehow they. I think they canceled us as the home team in London. I don't see it anymore. They kept saying it was rumored, but now I don't, and it was leaked because the Browns put it on their Instagram. But now I don't see it on the schedule anymore.
I'm excited for the Browns draft party. I'm going to be going. I'm a season ticket member.
Isn't
the
it
Journey concert and then the draft board.
Isn't it at Lambeau this year? I could have sworn it's in Green Bay. Next year it's in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I don't know where it's at. I'm just excited to go to Huntington Bank Field.
Yeah, and I think it's in Green Bay this year. I'm just surprised because the city's still trying to shut down the plan for the new stadium.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, they keep losing every fight, and yet they put up another one. Are they that desperate? I mean, I know Jimmy Haslam's greedy for money, but still.
Absolutely wild.
I mean,
how do you think it's going to play out? I hope they stay in Cleveland. I think that at this point it's just turning into a political fiasco for money.
Oh, it is. We already know they're not staying. They made that clear, and the city acknowledged that. So it's a fight between Burke and Jimmy Haslam's purchased land, and they keep putting out things of the purchased land on their Instagram. We're going to get a new stadium one way or the other, but it just depends where the location is. The city
1 mile outside the city of Cleveland. Fantastic. We are now the Brook Park Browns.
They will not change the name, but everyone's calling that a meme. Nobody likes it unless people are happy to have it being a dome. I don't mind it because, frankly, I don't care. I've been to Ford Field, and domes are nice. And honestly, depending on how the Browns play this upcoming season, I might go back. I'm probably going to go back to Ford Field regardless, but against the Browns Lions. The Lions got DJ Reed.
Wild.
And they're predicting that to be the best move yet this offseason. Not Miles' contract, not T. Higgins and Jamar Chase re-signing with Joe Burrow, which is probably the only reason he's still there. Not the Trey Hendrickson trade. This move with the DJ Reed coming out of and that's another thing. Philly's selling their defense. I don't get it. You just won a Super Bowl and you're blowing it up. Just like the 49ers are blowing up.
Yeah, it's crazy.
The Chiefs are losing their offense. So, this upcoming season really could be anybody's game. Philly's elite defense is split. The Chiefs no longer have a top offense outside of Patrick Mahomes and Xavier Worthy and Travis Kelce, obviously.
You think Travis Kelce's going to retire?
Probably. Not now. He said he's not going to.
Okay.
I don't know if he's in the last year or the second to last year of his contract, but I know that he won't retire until they win one more. He wants to win one more before he leaves. And Jason Kelce's got to be laughing. He retired one season too early. He would have had another ring.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I can only imagine how much guilt he felt. I won Super Bowl 52. You won Super Bowl 59 without me.
I think he was just happy that they won.
He was. I think, but he was also dressed in Chiefs things too. No, literally, you can see him in a Chiefs body paint outfit, cheering them on at the Superdome. And then when they lost, he still was cheering because he put him on camera of him putting on his old Eagles jersey. He had both with him in case of whichever one happened.
Can't blame him. You gotta hedge your bets.
He was rooting for his brother, but when the Chiefs were down like 34-0, he's like, okay, time to go full Eagles mode. That's still my team. And then, what other moves? I know the Browns made a few moves here.
Couple weeks away from talking Cleveland baseball.
Yeah, that's
Home opener's coming up in a couple weeks, but this MLB season's officially started.
Yeah, we got the Kansas City Royals coming.
And the Cavs unfortunately dropped 3 in a row.
Ew, that's one I don't want to forget. And the sad part is, it's the same score. Or at least with Orlando, we tried and we just couldn't shoot. The Clippers, freaking James Harden, Kawhi Leonard went crazy. DeMar DeRozan went crazy yesterday. I swear to God, if we lose to Phoenix by the exact same score with either Devin Booker or KD going crazy, I'm going to go insane.
I'm excited. Lots to talk about here in the next couple weeks as we wrap up the semester.
Yeah, and we got 5 weeks left. And believe it or not, when is draft week again?
That is, I believe, the 27th.
Let me double check real quick. NFL draft day. I know draft day.
Maybe it's the 20. I think it's the 23rd.
It's Thursday the 24th through the 26th.
Okay.
Which ironically, that weekend is draft day, and that week after is our final week before finals. So we will our final episode, guys. You will hear the draft.
Let's go.
We still got enough time between now and the end of the semester, and on that day we will have a goodbye party for Timmy. I will try to keep the Strops Klat legacy going, but I make no promises. I may run the show, but I don't operate the podcast.
Do something else too, man. It's just been fun to do it this semester.
Yeah. But that's all we have for today's episode. Next week, we're going to try to talk some Cavs and possible moves.
Go Cleveland.
As we get closer to the NBA playoffs. Until then, keep it going, guys.
Peace out.